Inside Tennis with the Cause is brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins. And by Lakewood National Golf and Country Club. Lakewood National Golf, Tennis, Spa, Home.
Hi, tennis fans. The Cause here with you for another half hour inside the world of tennis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Celebrate Owner Appreciation Days at Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of the Motor Trend SUV of the Year. Drive a new 2019 Wrangler, 0 down, $299 a month. At the district's #1 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram dealer. Expect more, save more, find it at Firkins. Celebrate Owner Appreciation Days at Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of the Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Save 30% off MSRP on new 2019 Ram 1500s at the district's #1 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram dealer. Expect more, save more, find it at Firkins.
Hi, I'm John Isner, and you're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Hi, tennis fans. Terrific as always to be with you. Trust that everyone is off to an excellent start to 2019. We are extremely pleased to have Lakewood National Golf and Country Club as one of our presenting sponsors. Great to rejoin forces after an 18-year hiatus with Nate Griffin, the Lakewood National Golf and Country Club Athletic Center Director. I am personally very honored to be named the touring professional at the Tennis Center. Thoroughly enjoyed covering the 20th USPGA Lessons for Life with Brenda Mertz and Charlie Sandomenico at the Venetian River Club in Nokomis. Fun being the chair umpire for the USPGA Exhibition of Kings. So happy to have Bob and Mike Bryan back together playing as the Bryan brothers after Bob's 8-month hip surgery recovery. Go Bryan boys! Congratulations to former Davis Cup veteran, world #7 ranked singles player, U.S. silver medal winner Mardy Fish, named U.S. Davis Cup captain, succeeding Jim Courier to become the 41st captain of the American team. Best of luck, Marty. So, what's on the show today? Well, we have another great one for you. You will share in the excitement and the merriment of the 30th annual Chris Everett Pro Celebrity Tournament at the Delray Beach Tennis Center and Boca Raton Resort and Club. We will get to better know Nate Griffin, the director of the Athletic Center at Lakewood National Golf and Country Club. You will enjoy the excitement and the fun at the Meadows Country Club Women's Pro Doubles Exhibition, benefiting the Toys for Tot Foundation. And we will keep you tennis educated as we present our first Lakewood National Tennis Pro Tip. So let's get it launched with Nate Griffin and his profile. Well, this tennis ball takes a high bounce for this guy. Nate Griffin, this is a reunion for us. We've been on air together several times, but now we're going to celebrate a special anniversary. You're starting day one when this place opens up, maybe another 10 years for you here. But let's find out how it all took the first bounce. Where did it get started and how?
Yeah, I grew up in rural Minnesota, and
proud of it?
Proud of it. My dad was a pastor at a little church school there, and right next to us there's a big gymnasium for the school, so I started playing all kinds of sports. My neighbors all played. We played baseball, basketball, football, volleyball, everything, but I took a 2-week class, tennis class in town, and I won the tennis tournament. Got my name in the newspaper and my picture, and I said I haven't done this in baseball and basketball. I was a good athlete, but not winning awards, and I said maybe this is my chance. And I just fell in love with it, hit on the garage all the day, backboards, and really enjoyed it.
Where there is a wall, there is a way. I know you teach that to your students. Fast forward a bit, all of a sudden you're playing college tennis in Nebraska for Concordia. Good run there, you got more experience. Then you're looking in the workforce. You end up in Sarasota. We meet, and the next thing I know, at the end of the day, I offered you a job. Didn't stop there. You stayed there after I moved on from Laurel Oak. You went to the Oaks. You were the head pro at both of those. Then River Strand was put on the map by this guy. Looking back at these experiences, which ones will you always remember?
Oh boy, there's a lot to choose from there, but I guess before I came down to Laurel Oak, just looking to try to get into the profession and looking down in Florida at some positions and finding the internet was barely even going at that time, and to come down and get my first start with you at Laurel Oak was really what started everything, and from there it's just the people and the relationships that I've gotten through the years, looking at kids that working with at 5-6 years old, and now they have kids of their own, and they had college scholarships, and they still enjoy the game, and it's been a lot of good ones there for sure.
The Suncoast knows its tennis. Quickly, you established yourself as a respectable pro. All of a sudden, you were a leader in the industry. You were with the USPTA growing the game. You were involved with Bob Lutzenberg with Totally Tennis, playing in these events, the battle of the sexes, the battle of the ages. What was it like to be a major player in the hotbed of national tennis, Nate? And you broke in.
Yeah, I was blessed to get my start here and to be involved with all the local pros. I was the young kid coming in, 21, 22. Everybody else was a little more experienced. So I think a lot of people took me under their wing and helped me along. And then as the tides turned and they needed some help with with management and organizing things and playing in events, I was honored to do it. And it's a fantastic area for tennis with IMG and all the clubs, and yeah, it's been very rewarding.
I'm going to underscore that word again, blessed. You certainly are blessed in the industry, but you're blessed in the family. Talk about your 3 kids, 7, 9, 11, and they're jocks, well, pardon me, they're athletes. So they're playing all the sports, and tennis also is one of them.
Yeah, it's been really fun, just getting them involved in sports first. And obviously tennis is my main passion, so we do spend a good amount of time there. They've won a couple little local tournaments, but they do swimming, they do baseball, I help coach that, and it's just really fun to see them develop a passion for sports, and you know, how far they push that, it's going to help them later in life. So it's been fun to share that with them, and to see them lose and to see them win and to see them get through some of this stuff has been very, very enjoyable.
Back to business. Lennar, right now, the #1, the largest guy in the game, developing planned communities, golf, tennis communities. Icon, a major player also. They have tennis facilities, 14 of them, that you're helping run. Your hand's in it, Nate. What's it like to be playing in the major leagues with these guys?
It's been great. It's been rewarding to just get to know the other pros, the other memberships, the other clubs. But it started, Icon did, as a very small management company, and it's been fun to see that grow from 1 club to 2 to 3 to 14, 12 tennis programs, whatever that number is, and it's been fantastic. New relationships, and it's never a bad idea to network and get to know people, so it's been real fun.
It's an early gem, but it's right now an esoteric gem. A lot of people don't know about it, but once they come out here, state-of-the-art exists at Lakewood National. And this ball machine that you have out here, a self-retreating practice device, you hit balls and never have to pick up. You've got bocce ball, you've got pickleball in its own status.
Yeah, so Lennar's built multiple properties, and they've learned from what they've done in the past, and the pickleball is really coming along in the last 5 years. It's an easier game to pick up and start to play. The ball machine court, there's only 5 in the state of Florida, and we do have one at another property down in Treviso Bay in Naples, but you hit the ball, it goes, you don't have to pick it up, it goes down underneath the machine,
Even
back
if
up
it's
the elevator.
Net, it goes down to the machine.
It does. It's a half net. It drops down. It goes through. Somebody who did not want to pick up balls came up with the idea, and it's fantastic. We've got 8 clay courts, and the bocce's something that everybody can do. And so we've done pickleball mixers, bocce mixers, and we're super excited that tennis is just opening. So it's a beautiful facility, and we know it's going to be an active program out there.
We're speaking in the past tense. You had a soft opening here the 12th or so of January for property owners, for club members. How soft was it, and how big of an impact did it make?
Yeah, I think it was great for the members to come out, and they've been waiting a little while. They've been anxious to get this going, and they've walked by to see the pool and all the facilities, and they enjoyed coming out, and they were not disappointed with the level of detail that was put into this property. So it was pretty smooth sailing, and we fixed a few things, and the grand opening is going to be fantastic. Really looking forward to that.
I'll be there. We'll have some of our tennis junkies coming out also. Nate, we touched on a number of things, but I think that we need to realize not all your job is work. You get a chance to play with Martina Navratilova, and you have one up on that event.
One time.
When
I was the pro at the Oaks Club, we were doing a little exhibition, maybe a pro-am, and quite a few people were out there. I was able to hit a good ace up the tee, I think, on the ad side. And
cannonball down the middle.
Cannonball down the middle, but my glory was short-lived. The next point I came in, hit a nice volley. She hit a topspin lob over my head, went back to try to get it, and then spun into the fence, and I realized why she has that many championships. But it's so enjoyable and blessed to be able to do things like that.
On a personal note, I'm so proud of this guy for everything that you achieved at such a young age and everything you continue to contribute. On behalf of Sarasota and the greater Suncoast Tennis Leagues and friends out there, we're really proud of you, Nate. Best of luck, always.
Good to spend time with you, Kaz.
Celebrate Owner Appreciation Days at Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of the Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Save 30% off MSRP on new 2019 Ram 1500s at the district's #1 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram dealer. Expect more, save more, find it at Firkins. Celebrate Owner Appreciation Days at Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of the Motor Trend SUV of the Year. Drive a new 2019 Wrangler 0 down, $299 a month at the district's #1 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram dealer. Expect more, save more, find it at Firkins.
Hi, I'm James Blake. You're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Tennis fans, thanks for staying with us. Hope that you enjoy the remaining segments with the Chris Evert Pro Celebrity event. Now get this, in 30 years, Chris has contributed over $25 million against drug abuse and child neglect. And then let's get ready for some world-class doubles with the Meadows Country Club Toys for Tot exhibition. "29 years of molding lives, of changing lives. Today I see you out there changing a serve with Chris. Note that Jimmy Evert came out at that point. What do you enjoy about coaching and helping on the tennis court, Chris?
Well, I think that, first of all, I love mentoring, I love coaching, I love teaching the game of tennis. I always see little things that players do wrong, and if I do, I like to give them a tip or two. But the celebrities, I mean, it's great that they come out and play in front of, 2,000-3,000 people when they're not great tennis players, but they do it for the love of the cause, and that's the prevention of drug abuse. And, everybody's in it for the same reasons, to give.
This event was not an event unless Alan Thicke were there, hitting balls, giggling. Today he was honored with the scholarship program.
You know what? It means so much to me that Chrissy really just touched my heart with that. My husband loved Chris Evert. He was here from day one when her charity first started. He looked forward to this every year. He'd start practicing on our tennis court a month in advance. He's in heaven and he sees this, and I do feel his presence here. And I am so grateful and honored over this amazing scholarship that they're going to do every year. So it's a blessing, and I'm so grateful to Chris Evert. What a wonderful way to honor my husband.
Your life has been helping people feel better about themselves and beautiful at the same time.
Yes, thank you.
You're here with Chris Evert and her charities.
Yes.
29 years she's been doing this. What's it mean to you to be involved with it?
Oh, well, I mean, this is just a really fun weekend, and I've been doing this. This is my second time doing it, and I met so many amazing people, from Chris Evert herself to some of the professional tennis players to the other celebs. And it's so fun because we have a great time. There's a lot of camaraderie, helping children, helping mothers. And it's just, we get to do good and have fun, so everybody wins.
It's a thrill. I mean, it's an absolute thrill. My buddy Sean Haddisy, who plays for this, he was invited 2 years ago. We play a lot of tennis together. He told me about it. I said, do you mind if I try to get invited? So I called up Chris Evert's people. I said who I was on Bloodline, and I played a little bit better than Sean when I'd like to be here.
Chrissy, anybody that knows her heart. She's such a sweet person inside and out. And giving back, is something that's close to all of our hearts.
I wouldn't miss this event for the world. Chrissy and what she does for families and for people out here is it's top notch. So the fact that I get to come here every year and get to be a part of it is a big honor.
Gosh, well, Chris Evert has become one of my best friends. In fact, I just got engaged. She'll be in my wedding, so it's personal.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So it's personal for me. She's like a sister, but also to look at this woman who could just rest on her laurels, and she doesn't. She gives back, and then she asks her friends, hey, come join me in giving back. It makes us feel good. So it's the charity. It's helping women at risk. It's helping drug prevention in the state of Florida that needs it so badly.
And a private tennis lesson with Chris Evert. How good does it get?
It doesn't get much better than that.
What are you
I need a lot of work on my tennis. So before I come back, and I want to come back next year, I'm going to work on my serve, which was fairly pathetic out there. But we did manage to do a tie and then lost in the tiebreaker because my serve was so pathetic. But tennis is fun. I just never quite got into it growing up.
You come here, it's a first class charity event, the resort's first class, everything. And just to be on the court with Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert and John McEnroe and Patrick McEnroe and everybody, it's a thrill, And then you're raising money and helping these women who really need help. And they're addicted to drugs or homeless, and they get them off drugs, and they get them shelters, and they get them a college education. I mean, it's fantastic, and they've been doing it for years.
Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.
It was a perfect balance cause. It was competitive. It was fun. Personally, I prefer watching women's tennis. You can see the points get set up more. The men hit it so hard these days.
Yeah, it was fun. I had some nice time off with my family after a wonderful season, and it was really nice to get back on the court, and I'm excited to get prepared for Australia. I heard the Australian Open is changing their ball, and so they're sending us the new Dunlop that they're going to be using.
Well, I really enjoyed today, and I'm happy that all the girls, we all can give something to the community, to the kids. It was awesome. Being on the court, after a month not really practicing that much was a little difficult, but I think we handled it well, and I'm excited for the new season with Nikki again, and that was a great start today, absolutely, yes.
Well, young Vivian, you show that you're ready for the big tour. Outstanding play today. What was it like playing against a Slam Championship team on the other side of the net and staying with them?
It was for me, it was a big chance to play against both of them because, obviously I'm not in that ranking area yet. So
not on paper anyway.
Yeah, right. So I played really well. I had a lot of fun. Also playing with Whitney, she was a nice partner and I really enjoyed it. They are pretty much idols, so it's like you have somebody to watch on and watch how they play, so you want to achieve the same thing, so it's just motivation.
Yes, a retired tour mother of two can compete with previous Slam winners. How motivational is it for you personally to get up and play with them? Even
I wouldn't say it was even.
It was very close even.
But I'd say it was a lot of fun, and they were great sports about it. So it was a good time.
It was a special day on the court, special day off the court. Your son Alex had a birthday. I wished you a happy giving birthday. What's it like to combine a career of tennis of the past and a mother rights now?
They're both challenging. I'd say being a mom is probably more challenging.
More rewarding also?
More rewarding, but it's fun to get out and be able to play tennis for fun again.
You did it all. A 5-time All-American champion out of Gainesville, University of Florida, and a scholar. 3 times you were honor student with the SEC.
Looking back, I feel like I could have given my academics a little more than I gave them, so I look back and regret that a bit, but I had a good time and I'm in a good spot now in life, so it's all good.
Fantastic turnout today, much bigger turnout than we expected from the public supporting the local Toys for Tots program.
The feedback was phenomenal. Everybody was just impressed beyond. We have Wimbledon champions, and the people loved it.
They were able to mix fun with serious tennis.
And you know what? That's the biggest thing that I would love to see some of our fans of tennis take away from it. How it can be just fun competition.
Firkins.com, your one-stop shop for all of your automotive needs. Visit Firkins.com today and shop over 1,000 new vehicles. Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, Rams, and Mitsubishis. Plus over 500 quality pre-owned vehicles. At Firkins.com, you can apply for financing, browse our latest specials, even schedule a service appointment, all from the comfort of your home. Firkins.com, log on now. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.
Hi, I'm Nate Griffin, the Director of Racket Sports here at Lakewood National Golf Club in Bradenton, Florida. And my tip for you today is working on your forehand ground stroke and trying to relax your hands during the setup phase. It's very easy to get tense and to tighten up with those arms and grate your teeth, but here's a little drill that can help you out. You want to use your left hand to set the motion. So we want to relax the right hand. So I'm going to take my hand off the racket and I want to pass the racket into my right hand, into my dominant hand, and then we make the stroke from there, and then we'll let go at the end. But we're going to keep the hand off, pass it through, and then wave at the end. You do that, you can start to relax a little bit better on your forehand stroke, and I think it'll improve your general motion. Hope you enjoy this tip. We'll see you next time.
Well, S.L. Price, better known by some colleagues as Scott, they all say it got started perhaps down in Chapel Hill, University of North Carolina, on the basketball court with Michael Jordan. You got to know him at an early age. What was that like, and what did you see transpire in his life?
Well, yeah, I covered Michael as a sophomore. It was his best year ever at North Carolina, and I was working for the school paper. And it's pretty remarkable because he was somebody who really felt a deep loyalty to North Carolina, and if you knew him then, he always made time and an effort to keep in touch when you saw him. It was kind of remarkable. We weren't great friends, but just because he knew me then, before he was famous, before people were really all over him, it was important, I think, for him to keep touch with people he knew then.
The great Pancho Gonzalez. Not enough of the tennis fans know Pancho. Richard Gonzalez.
The amazing thing about Pancho Gonzalez was, and the reason I so desperately wanted to do a story about him, is you'd speak to people who knew Pancho. Some who loved him, some who hated him. And it literally as if, this was years after he had passed away. And it was literally as if they had talked to him the day before. They were still mad at him. They still loved him. But most importantly, they still felt his great energy and in a weird way kind of missed him.
You do it for Sports Illustrated, of course, Vanity Fair, New York Times. You cover all the sports. You cover tennis.
Yep.
I think you specialize in tennis. What is the common denominator of all these sports that you find?
It's all about passion. I mean, it's all about these guys. these women, these men. There's something about the honesty that sports brings out in people. I mean, if someone is passionate about something, if someone gives their all to something, it's very hard for them to lie about it. So it's the same with any sport.
Talk about some people who are not professionally in sports. You have a chance to sit down with George W. Bush. You have a chance to sit down with President Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
What'd you find out about those guys after? Did you do it over lunch?
Actually, I also played basketball over Barack Obama. I mean, I met George W. Bush when he was owner of the Texas Rangers. This was before he was president. And it was really interesting because I think he's actually quite terrible on television, but in person he's an incredibly personable, very warm guy. Bill Clinton, I met actually at the French Open and interviewed him when he was visiting after his presidency was over. And weirdly enough, I mean, everybody talks about how charismatic and warm he is in person, and he is. He's a great politician. But George W. Bush has exactly those same qualities if you meet him in person. And then, of course, I played basketball with Obama just before he became Barack Obama. This is in the Iowa caucus, just before the Iowa caucus in 2007. He was impressive. Then I checked him the ball at the top of the key, and I said, "Okay, this is for the presidency," and he immediately drained a 23-footer and didn't say anything. And I said, "Well, did you hear what I said?" And he said, "Why do you think I hit it?"
Your brother-in-law, Don Brennan,
The great
Don Brennan with SNN sports director.
Yeah.
So when you two get together, the two sports guys, Scott and Don, where are the conversations going?
Usually there's a lot of laughter. Donnie and I spent some incredible road trips together, covering the Miami Heat in Miami, and it's we go back a long way. I've known him since he was, I think, 14 years old. And Donnie is he knows as much or more about sports than anybody I know, and is as passionate about it as anybody I know.
Tennis fans, great to have you with us on Inside Tennis with the Cos. We love our sponsors, and you will too. Stop by and see them. But until then, remember, in tennis scoring, love means nothing, but love of the game means everything. Keep alive your love of the game. Love you, tennis fans, and we'll see you right here every Saturday, 12:30 on SNN.
Inside Tennis with the Cos has been brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins. And by Lakewood National Golf and Country Club. Lakewood National Golf, Tennis, Spa, Home.